Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Today guys, I'm starting a brand new show for the channel today. I'm so excited to get into it. The plan is every single Tuesday a new episode will be uploaded. We're starting today Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. This is season 1, episode 1, Beware the Beast from Below. I love that title. Beware the Beast from Below. Below what? I'm not really sure, but I'm excited to get into it. Now, I grew up on Scooby-Doo. Of course, not this show, but I grew up on Scooby-Doo, those old classic shows. I remember watching them pretty much all the time. They were always in rotation with other stuff I was watching. I just grew up on some older stuff and, of course, stuff airing at the time when I was little. But I remember watching Scooby-Doo quite a bit, and I really loved watching those episodes. I remember, I think it was like a few months ago, earlier this year, I randomly started watching on HBO Max just some of the old classic cartoons, just starting from the very beginning and just going, wow, like just all the nostalgia coming back watching this, those classic episodes, remembering a lot of things happening and everything, and just seeing the style of animation they were using. Yeah, sometimes on the cheaper side, but it worked, and they were freaking amazing at the time, and they still are, in my personal opinion, today in terms of nostalgia factor and just how iconic those episodes and those characters and, of course, the monsters were, which is really cool to rewatch some of that. So, been hearing quite a bit over the last couple months about this show. It's kind of like a wild card in my personal opinion compared to, for me, Ben 10, because Ben 10 came out of nowhere in terms of recommendations, and then when I put up a poll, it got voted like #1. It was the whole time #1 in the votes, and I'm like, okay, because I consider it a wild card. I wasn't expecting it to win, and when I put up a poll last week asking you guys to vote, Mystery Incorporated was winning the entire time and almost won half the votes out of all of them. So it's pretty insane how you guys are really pushing for this show. So I'm excited to get into it. I'm excited to see what they do here with this new, well, it's newer, but to me, new show of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, to see what they do. And people are saying it's great for the storytelling and all that, and the characters are great. So trust me, check it out. I'm like, okay, keep hearing that from people. So we're going to get into it. Here we go, guys. Episode 1, Season 1, Beware the Beast from Below. Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. Let's go.
Yeah, celebrate.
Better idea.
Oh,
What?
Come on, Sheriff.
Oh, and by the way, I've called all your parents, who by now I
Oh,
have
no.
on speed dial.
Just once it would be nice if someone thanked us for solving a mystery.
They
We're
should.
not in this to be liked.
Oh.
The first documented case of the Curse of Crystal Cove is from 1630.
She doesn't seem that enthusiastic about it.
Spanish conquistadors. Things were pretty quiet until 100 years later.
Yeah, not enthusiastic.
When Darrow found gold here and renamed the town Crystal Cove. Moving on. It has been a hub of paranormal activity.
What? What?
Recognize some of our more famous visitors.
Wow.
Sharpie the haunted robot.
Holy crap.
Who could forget the terrifying
Yes.
feelings of...
I see some more up there.
Not really.
Oh, I love this. I love that.
Minor 49er's real name was Hank. Charlie
Hank.
belonged to Mr. Jenkins, who thought it would
Jenkins.
be easier to run an amusement park.
Are you trying to destroy our business?
Reboot parentals. I was just being
Reboot.
honest.
Those were isolated incidents and just don't want you to make a mistake you'll regret.
You mean like making a bad trap?
Sure. Well,
Oh, life is not all about traps.
my God.
Don't forget to chew.
Like, thanks, Mom and Dad.
I'm seeing the weird. It's weird seeing the parents just a little bit.
Worried about me and Scoob always play it safe. If there's
Do they
danger-
really though? Do they?
And what about this Fred Jones?
What about
Certainly
him?
There must be other boys.
We just want you to go on to have a rich career like your sisters.
Oh my God. A lot of sisters.
Fruit Myers smoothie? Oh, it's delicious.
What the? Who's it?
What the
Which one
hell?
broke that wall?
Well, we barely touched it. We broke it into another dimension.
No, idiot.
Dimension.
One of the old Crystal Cove caves.
Huh?
What
I
the
think
hell?
there's something
It's
in there.
alive?
What should we do?
Well, it's pretty clear.
Hey, I think I see something.
Why didn't you text me last night? I waited up for you.
Text?
Like me and Scoob.
But I still missed you.
Not here.
Oh wait.
Velma, not in
What?
public.
What?
Me
What?
and Fred are going to find out. How about now? Hey, Scoop.
Oh. There's a mystery. Oh my God.
Like, what was that?
It looks like a mystery to me.
Mystery.
It's just a little more important
That was
than
crazy.
school.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Stay out of it.
I gotta stay out of it right here.
Let me talk to him.
That's not gonna help.
Worry.
Start the car.
Oh, he took one of the bodies. Oh my god, what are you doing?
Professor Ruffalo. We need your
Why'd they walk in with that? Oh my god. Oh my
you
god.
kids have waited for break. Scooby snacks.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Do you know what could have...
Oh my god.
Velma, is there something going on between you and Shaggy?
Yes, it seems.
No, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Why would anything ever be going on?
I know you don't care about that girly stuff. That's why we're such good friends. I want to get started on a new trap for the monster.
Someone there?
Yeah, somebody or something. Oh. Oh, I thought he was gonna get taken.
It's no use, gang. I was the one who stole the body.
Man up, Fred.
Man
We
up.
got our first clue, the cocoon.
I mean, yeah.
Sample. Scooby.
That dog mutates, I'm putting it down.
Uh,
Dig? Like, hold on.
Let's not go that far.
The cocoon is made of the same stuff as Fruit Myers.
I figure there's a connection, clearly.
It means that slime mutant may not be a monster at all.
Exactly.
What do we know about Franklin Fruitmeyer?
If the girls can get jobs at Fruit Myers, they can snoop around and
They
find
figure out what's going on, yeah.
Idea, Shag.
Like,
I don't think he meant
this
that.
isn't exactly what I had in mind.
Exactly.
Why are Scooby-Doo and I dressed like girls?
Good night. Oh my god. Of course they're eating. Of course. Are we surprised?
Over there, Scoob.
That's handy. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Are you two insane?
Well, there was the monster. It's here.
Monster!
Hole in the ground.
Someone's been digging. Hold on a second.
Someone's been digging.
According to my GPS program,
Over here!
Over here! That's a cool design, though. Trying to trick it. Where are they leading it to? Oh, okay. This is a really layered trap here. Oh! That hurt. There's a lot of layers to this trap. I thought it would be done. There it is. Oh, it missed. Oh my god.
Gang, it's Fruitmeyers.
Ooh. Come on. Come on.
you saved
You saved me.
Not right now, Daphne.
Not now.
I have to figure out why my trap didn't work.
Why is the town's latest tourist attraction cocooned to the wall?
Damn,
Tourist
stop.
attraction?
You don't understand.
He was trying to rob Crystal Cove Bank.
Yeah.
That's impossible. Franklin
How?
Fruitmeyer's the one who called.
Professor Emmanuel Rock.
Interesting.
That's right.
You've got a job as a teacher. Why do you need more money?
Oh, it was foolproof. Genius.
That was
That is
smart.
until you-
Wow.
Meddling.
Meddling kids.
Yes, meddling
Yes.
kids. Never seen it before.
Wait, the dad, Fred's dad knows what it is?
Like,
Doomed.
Mr. E, you should never have brought that locket out of the cave.
There you have it, guys. The first episode of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. I had a great time watching this episode, and I cannot wait to get to the next one. This was really fun to watch. I have a lot of things to talk about, so let's dive in and let's talk about this first episode of the show. So, number one, in terms of things I liked how they introduced the families of all these characters, because they could have easily just did a little small introduction of each character, and then boom, we're going to get right into the mystery, which I think was really interesting in how they told it. But what they did was they spent time to really establish Crystal Cove and establish the families of these characters and kind of like what they're doing outside of being together as a group, solving mysteries and getting into trouble. Because the opening of the episode literally is them in jail and their parents are called because they solved a mystery. Let's celebrate. And then the bars close and the sheriff, voiced by Patrick Warburton, clearly Patrick Warburton, and he's frustrated, but at the same time he's used to this because apparently they always solve like mysteries going on and they always get in trouble doing so. So here they introduce, after this little opening here, and by the way, great intro. The theme song was awesome, really, really cool. I liked it. the families. So Velma, Daphne, Fred, and Shaggy. Of course, Scooby-Doo is living with Shaggy. We got to see all their parents, and seeing Velma like doing like, and she's very unenthusiastic. She's leading them through a haunted tour of Crystal Cove, and we get to see all these statues of classic Scooby-Doo monsters. And like, holy crap, that was honestly one of the best parts of the episode, just seeing that. And then she just rattles off like all this different stuff, like, oh, if you knew this person, like she was like unraveling the mystery behind a lot of these classic characters. And there's even more up top and in a wide shot, like, holy crap, there's even other monsters up there. And it was really cool to see that. And then we got to see her parents, and they're running this like haunted tour type thing, and I thought that was really interesting. But she clearly is not enthusiastic at all. She's like retelling a story. She's like, like, she just doesn't care. She just doesn't give a shit. Of course, Shaggy and Scooby are eating a lot of food. Fred is feeling bad because he keeps working on his traps. He's obsessed with his traps, and we got to see his trap later in the episode, which I'll get to in a minute. But talking to his dad, who's the mayor, and then there was something a little bit later towards the end of the episode where Daphne shows that locket, right? And Fred's dad goes, and then goes back to serious, like, kind of like, wait a minute, you know what that locket is? Maybe? I don't know. They cut to him for a specific reason to show that shock face, like, okay, back to serious. Don't show that I have any reaction to that, even though we saw. So Fred was talking to his dad a little bit about that. We got to see Daphne and her 4 sisters for a brief shot, but talking to her parents, who doesn't want her to be with Fred, and because she's really smitten with Fred, clearly, and he's not noticing it. He's so oblivious to it, which it makes sense. Of course, he's not oblivious to it because he's just not really thinking like that, right? And then we got to see, I think, wait, did I cover everybody? Daphne, Velma, Fred, yeah, pretty much, yeah. So everybody there. So Shaggy, Scooby, of course, they were eating a ton of food. Of course, that was their whole segment at all. They were really talking to the parents that much. But we got to see all of them kind of just, they're kind of family life. And then the mystery starts, because those people that were in the sewers broke into that wall and then found danger on a sign, and then here's all these chemicals and stuff. And the teacher that they take the body to, which I could not believe. Then again, this show is just proving that some weird shit can happen. And even though the kids freaked out and ran out of the classroom, I cannot believe that Fred, first of all, took one of the bodies that was made by this like goo. Can't talk this morning. But it's actually this Fruit Meyer thing, which of course I figured there was a tie-in, because like Fruit Meyers, and it's like a gelatin ice cream type thing, but they're calling it Fruit Meyer. It's whatever. We don't know what it is. Like, I think the guy knows what it is. The guy running the shop. I kind of figured he wasn't running the shop, like being the monster, not running the shop, being the monster. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place this morning. Apologies. I figured he wasn't the monster, but they could go that classic route if he is the monster. And of course, he opened the shop and he's also the monster, but it's the teacher. I thought the way they approached the teacher angle was funny, because when they take the body, and of course the class freaks out, I'm like, my God, you guys are idiots. Why'd you do that? But then he's investigating, and then we're thinking the monster's coming in, but of course that's too much of a classical trope. So instead, it's a guy who's just cleaning, he's the janitor, and then we see the guy get, slimed. But of course he actually wasn't. The contraption he built within that little like cupboard or whatever, that like walk-in little thing, I'm not really sure what you call it, but like a little like type of like storage thing, he like put like elastic band and flung himself, which would not realistically work, but it was smart in a sense to kind of throw people off that he was actually, the one doing it, because he knows that this stuff is edible, so he can just eat out of it. So now it kind of makes more sense. But yeah, he's a teacher. He wanted more money. He accidentally broke in and found a part of the Crystal Cove caves, and now he's just going to break into the bank and take money. Why? Well, you're a teacher. You already have a job. They're like, oh, because teachers don't get paid that much. So that was the joke. Of course, the typical trope. If it wasn't for you, and then the police officer meddling kids and your dog, I would have gotten away with it. Like, it felt great to hear that, because it was kind of a little joke thing. I wonder if that just threw it in just as a little, like, bit of an homage, but maybe they won't do that every single time when they capture a monster. I don't know. But I thought that was really, like, nostalgic to kind of see that, of course, with the statues as well, like I mentioned in the museum. Like, nostalgia's in that aspect. But the design of the monster, really liked the design of the monster. I thought that was really, really cool. Fred's trap. as I mentioned earlier. This thing was so over the top, it didn't need to be, and it failed. Because the trap was like, the monster was standing on the actual point, and it still fell on them. But then, of course, they could eat and get out of it, so it's fine. But, yeah. And the thing was, too, like, I don't believe that actually was, like, a monster that was a part of an attraction. Of course, like, they were saying it was, but was it really? Like, I have no idea. All I know is that it broke out, like, attacked their mystery van. It ran off, and there was no other mention or sighting of the monster. So I don't know why that was thrown in there. Maybe it was planned to be. I have no idea. But the guy, you know, he just wanted more money. But that was a smart approach to go the teacher route, because it would have been too easy if it was the guy who was running the Fruit Meyer shop. Of course, the monster was just chilling in that closet, that storage. The door was open. Because the nail extended and picked the lock. It's like, of course Scooby could do that. Of course he can. That little moment when they're like investigating the body and everything on the table in the class, and Scooby takes the Scooby snacks from the squirrel, some random squirrel or something that was in the room. I have no idea why, but that was like funny to see the background stuff. Just certain things they did in this episode, I felt like worked humor-wise and interesting, like mystery-wise, because we had that call at the end. I guess they all hang out because the implication is these are, you know, teenagers essentially, and they're hanging out at a radio station, and I forget what her name was, the girl that was running the station or whatever, kind of running that studio, but Fred was just in there just like being all sad because the trap, like he was working on traps, and the teacher, you know, got Fruit Meyered or whatever, and then of course that's when they find out that it actually is Fruit Meyer. That's all tied in. Like, of course it's all tied in. You see the green glow of this goo, and then here's like the Fruit Meyer looks exactly the same. Like, of course there's a tie-in. Yeah. But they got a call from Mr. E. So you shouldn't have found that locket. Like, it's out kind of in the open in the cave. Once you go into the cave, it's right there. Like, it seemed like it wasn't hidden away or something. It was just kind of laying on the ground. But I don't know. I got a call from Mr. E. Doom. One last thing I didn't want to mention, because I almost forgot. Thankfully, I did not forget. I wish I would have mentioned this sooner, but apologies. But here we go. Velma and Shaggy have a secret relationship that no one knows about except for them two. No one else knows. Not even Scooby-Doo knows. And Shaggy's worried how Scooby's going to respond. I wasn't prepared for that, for her about to kiss him in the back of the van. Like, wait a minute. They're together? It's weird because they have a secret thing, and then yet Daphne can't get Fred to see, I really like you, and I want to be with you. She's throwing out so many different hints and so many different things that he could pick up on, but he's like, I got to work on my traps. Like, okay. I think it's an interesting approach to take, because that's always been the thing about how Daphne and Fred always had a thing for each other. It's kind of clear as day they were kind of together in a sense. But then they have Velma and Shaggy, and they actually have something going on that's not, I don't know. I feel like that's an interesting little twist, if you will, about the dynamic of the group. And I think Scooby would be fine with it. I don't think Scooby would have an issue with Shaggy and Velma being a thing. I wonder how Daphne and Fred would feel. Maybe if they were to reveal that they actually have a thing going on, Velma and Shaggy, that maybe Fred would realize, oh wait, Daphne, I now understand what you're trying to tell me. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he'd pick up on it finally. But I really had a good time watching this episode. You know, this show just brought like a lot of nostalgia watching it, and I really am excited for that next episode because I'm really curious to see where things go from here, because I felt like the mystery that they had kind of established within this episode in terms of the Fruit Meyer monster and everything, it was definitely interesting, but it was more about like this locket and the relationship with Velma and Shaggy and this Mr. E guy calling. There's definitely some things they're setting up here that, and this will be interesting. I wonder if we're going to see the parents often of these characters. Maybe not. Maybe that's just kind of to establish that they have families and to kind of establish it being a different type of show. Because I'm trying to think. I don't remember any of the other Scooby-Doo shows really diving into their family lives. Maybe I'm wrong. But regardless, I enjoyed the episode. I cannot wait to get to the next one. What did you guys think of the first episode of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated? I'm curious to know your thoughts, guys. Whatever thoughts you have, please let me know in the comments below. It's a great time watching the episode, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.